Shri Akal. You all are watching me at Punjab Kesari Navodaya Times. मैं हूँ आपके साथ नमिता सचदेव and today I have with me incredibly talented and versatile actors जिनके एक के बाद एक performances को देखकर ये कहा जा सकता है yes, she is a force to be reckoned with in the world of entertainment. I must say, or Indian cinema. Yes, I'm talking about Priya Bapat right now. Priya, welcome to Punjab Kesari Navodaya Times. कैसी हैं आप?
बहुत अच्छी हूँ. What a flattering introduction. Thank you so much. Feels so good when someone praises your talent and your performances. Yeah, thank you.
Me having you here, Priya. Your performances, I have seen like मुझे मराठी सीखना है तो मैं कुछ देखती रहती हूँ मराठी सिनेमा में भी, तो उसमें भी आपको देखा. देन सिटी ऑफ ड्रीम सीजन 1 सीजन 2 क्रिटिकली अक्लेम सीरीज है. फर्स्ट परफॉर्मेंसेस, स्टोरी टेलिंग और सोशियो पॉलिटिकल ड्रामा ऐसा है ना जो हम सब एकदम हमें क्लिक कर जाता है देखने के लिए बिकॉज ऑफ दैट सस्पेंस एंड इंट्रीग इनटू दैट, राइट? And you have like proven time and again that you are here in the industry to be in the industry. Well, congratulations. पहले तो season 3 आ रहा है, लेकिन ये भी बता दो कि जब 1-2 सीजन आ जाता है तो 3rd सीजन में कितना ज्यादा प्रेशर बढ़ जाता है बिकॉज रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी बढ़ जाती है ना.
I think, as an actor, I always feel कि responsibility तो of course बढ़ जाती है because people start expecting you have. तीसरा सीजन तभी होता है जब पहले 2 अच्छे होते हैं, नहीं तो तीसरा कोई बनाता नहीं. So वो तो है कि अभी आपने यहाँ तक अच्छा काम किया है तो now the responsibility is कि आप अच्छा काम करते रहे और इससे भी अच्छा काम करते हो. वो तो हमेशा रहता है, पर आई थिंक मैं काम करते वक्त, परफॉर्म करते वक्त उसका प्रेशर बिल्कुल नहीं लेती हूँ. लेकिन क्योंकि अगर उसका प्रेशर ले तो शायद वो प्रेशर की वजह से परफॉर्मेंस ना हो कर पाऊँ, तो उससे अच्छा है कि मैं प्रेशर नहीं लेती हूँ. I think I leave it up to the director and the writer because they know it and they have written this 3rd season brilliantly. I mean, मैं हमेशा ये कहती हूँ कि as an actor 3rd season मेरे लिए सबसे ज्यादा challenging था because पूर्णिमा गायकवाड़ की जितनी shades आपको पहले 2 सीजन में आपने देखी है उससे कई ज्यादा उसके ह्यूमन एलिमेंट्स, उसकी इंसानियत के एलिमेंट्स, उसकी एम्बिशंस, उसका वल्नरेबिलिटी, उसका ब्रेकडाउन, उसकी हर एक चीज आप देखेंगे. एंड फॉर अस एज एक्टर्स एंड फॉर द ऑडियंसेस दिस इज अ स्पैन ऑफ 5 years. 2018 में हमने पहला सीजन शूट किया था, तब से लेके आज तक हम 3rd सीजन पर बात कर रहे हैं. बट इन द स्क्रिप्ट टाइमलाइन इट इज ओनली अ मैटर ऑफ 6 months. तो हम अगर शूटिंग 2 साल बाद भी कर रहे हो दूसरे सीजन का, लेकिन स्क्रिप्ट में तो वो स्टोरी 1 महीने बाद ही है. सो यू हैव टू कीप दैट इन माइंड कि आप जो देख रहे हैं 2 साल बाद या मैं जो परफॉर्म कर रही हूँ 2 साल बाद, वो एक्चुअली कैरेक्टर की लाइफ में कल हुआ है.
यस, वही मुझे लगता है
तो उसका
स्विच ऑन स्विच ऑफ करना,
स्विच ऑन स्विच ऑफ और उसको कैरी करना 3 सीजन में, तो वो बहुत चैलेंजिंग हो जाता है. But I think actors are greedy, and if there are no challenges, there is no fun. So, but I'm definitely, I'm sure that the 3rd season, I think it's been written very beautifully. So it has more drama, it has more of Gaikwads and the politics and everything that we see around. We know that it happens, and it also happens in politics everywhere. I mean, it's not only one particular thing. But it just that you start to see that it is happening in Gaikwad's family too. So I think that's very interesting about this season.
Absolutely. अच्छा, अगर मैं like if I may ask, season 1 season 2 जैसे आपने बोला, अभी वो तो हो गया, अभी 3rd season है, तो 1st 2nd season का कौन सा ट्रेट है आपके कैरेक्टर का जो आप कैरी ऑन कर रही हैं साथ में?
So I think Purnima is a kind of a person who knows what she is doing. Okay. अगर वो अपने भाई को भी मार रही है इन 1st season, she knows why she's doing. She's not doing it for अभी कोई ऑप्शन नहीं बचा मार दिया, ऐसे नहीं. She knows it. So I think that is one trait that every time you see that in every season, even in the 2nd season, if there is any crisis, there is any problem, there is any difficulty that she faces it, she finds a solution, but it's not a random solution. She's very clear in her thoughts, and somebody who is righteous, fights for the right thing. I think that is one thing that you see from the 1st season till the end, कि गलत का साथ नहीं दूंगी. जो सही है उसका साथ दूंगी, और जो सही है उसे सही करने के लिए मैं कुछ भी करूंगी।
वेरी नाइस। और रियल लाइफ में कितना रेजोनेट करती है प्रिया को देख के, तो लगता है सारी क्वालिटीज प्रिया में है ऑलरेडी, है ना?
सारी नहीं, अपने भाई को नहीं मारूंगी मैं।
यस यस प्लीज।
वो क्रूरता नहीं है मुझ में, जो उसने किसी कारण प्रूव करने के लिए, अपने फादर को प्रूव करने के लिए कि, वो उसने लाई थी उसमें, लेकिन वो क्रूरता मुझ में नहीं है। मैं बस गुस्सा हो सकती हूँ, क्रूर नहीं हो सकती। बहुत बहुत मुझे बहुत गुस्सा आता है। आई एम अ वेरी शॉर्ट टेम्पर्ड
बट
पर्सन।
लग रहा है आपको बिल्कुल।
आता भी है और चला भी जाता है
हाँ
जल्दी, मतलब यूं आता है यूं चला जाता है, तो वो रहता नहीं है। एंड आई थिंक वन थिंग इज वेरी क्लियर, सो व्हाट डू आई रेजोनेट विद, और व्हाट डू आई रिलेट विद पूर्णिमा इज दैट शी फाइट्स फॉर द राइट थिंग, एंड आई एम लाइक दैट, आई एम वेरी लाइक दैट. I mean, I'm a kind of a person. Firstly, I'm very straightforward. I'm very opinionated. I'm not a person who will shy away from, saying what I feel. And even if I don't say it, you'll see it on my face. I can't hide. I can't play games. I'm not politically correct. Never. So, I really like this quality of Purnima, that she really fights for the right thing. And my father always says this, that I'm like my grandmother. अगर बड़ों की भी गलती हुई है ना, तो मैं उनसे जाके बोलूंगी ये गलत है,
आपकी आपकी गलती है। वेरी नाइस।
आपकी गलती है, और है तो है. लाइक आई हैव डन दैट विद माय मॉम एंड डैड आल्सो. आई गो एंड टेल देम दैट नहीं, आप दोनों के झगड़े में आपकी गलती है, आप बोलो सॉरी. बट एट द सेम टाइम, इफ इट इज माय मिस्टेक, I am very open and very okay with going and saying sorry. I don't feel awkward, or I don't feel anything less, or there's, मुझे वो सॉरी बोलने से मैं कम नहीं हो, छोटी नहीं हो जाती.
एंड पता है क्या, दिस
So
इवन फील बिगर, और आपको एक, मुझे लगता है, जेन्युइन और बिग हार्टेड पर्सन भी बनाता है ये, है ना? टू से सॉरी और
हाँ,
गुड वाला थिंग, दोनों ही चीजें मुझे
yeah,
लगता है बहुत लोगों में नहीं होता है आज के टाइम में, है ना? अच्छा
I
आपके,
feel, yeah, I agree.
प्लीज बोलो।
सॉरी तो मतलब लोगों की ईगो तो यहाँ पे होता है, कौन ही बोलेगा सॉरी. दिस इज वन थिंग, पूर्णिमा डजंट हैव एनी ईगो इश्यूज.
हाँ, ये अच्छा चीज है,
या
ऑब्वियस है। और सोशली अगर मैं बात करती हूँ, मतलब इट्स अ सोशो पॉलिटिकल ड्रामा, जैसे आपने बोला, यू आर नॉट ऑलवेज पॉलिटिकली करेक्ट, बट चूजिंग दिस काइंड ऑफ अ कैरेक्टर व्हिच हैज गॉट मल्टीपल लेयर्स इनटू इट, व्हिच इज सो कॉम्प्लेक्स, है ना? उसके एम्बिशंस भी दिखाए हैं, फैमिली डायनामिक्स को भी दिखाया गया है, और कहीं ना कहीं अंडरबेली, डार्क अंडरबेली मैं बोलूंगी, पॉलिटिक्स, वो भी दिखाया गया है इसमें। सो उन सब चीजों के साथ मतलब थोड़ा चैलेंजिंग नहीं था, क्योंकि ऐसी प्रिया नहीं है रियल लाइफ में।
हाँ, बहुत चैलेंजिंग था. I said this for the first season also, that it was very important for me to calm myself down, because पूर्णिमा जितनी कंपोज्ड है, मैं बिल्कुल उतनी कंपोज नहीं हूँ. मैं, आप मेरी एनर्जी देखोगे तो मैं यहाँ से यहाँ से यहाँ से कूदती रहती हूँ.
लगती रहती है
आई
मुझे।
हैव मैं कूदती रहती हूँ. आई मीन, यू विल सी माय वाइब इज दिस. आई एम नॉट दैट काम कंपोज, सोच के बात करने वाली, बेस में बोलने वाली पूर्णिमा
बट
गायकवाड़
देख के
नहीं.
लगता है, सॉरी आई एम स्टॉपिंग इन बिटवीन, मुझे बहुत मजा आ रहा है पूछने में, बैक टू बैक वो फायर करने में क्वेश्चन। मेडिटेशन बहुत करते होंगे, मतलब ऐसा लगता है मुझे देखकर आपको।
मेडिटेशन में खुद की एंजाइटी को शांत करने के लिए करती हूँ. पूर्णिमा गायकवाड़ के लिए, आई थिंक व्हाट आई डिड वाज दिस. आई डिड इन द फर्स्ट सीजन. I did cut myself off from my social network, my friends, because I have a lot of energy, and a lot of positive energy also, because I know that when I enter the room, this, like, I'm like a live wire. It's like energy bomb आ गया. मैं कंट्रोल ही नहीं कर पाती, कितनी भी कोशिश करूं. बट पूर्णिमा के लिए I had to do that, because she is not that person. And I'm glad that I didn't present myself the way I am in personal life to Nagesh Kuknur, because he came to know that I'm this bubbly and this talkative person only by the end of the first season. He said, thank God I didn't see you like this. It would have been very difficult for me to imagine you, your personality as Purnima Gaikwad. It's just because the way I carried, and I auditioned for this character was very, very like Purnima, which I had to adapt. I had to cut myself off. I was not talking to people for first couple of months. I didn't know. I was just staying aloof, alone, because I wanted that. I wanted to internalize everything that I was feeling. Which I'm a very extrovert person, so I hardly internalize things. So even if I'm angry, I'll just say it, and then I'll feel okay. I don't have to sit back, think about it, and then realize what went wrong. No, just say it, and I'll be okay. I know it. So to get into that part of Purnima was very difficult in the first season. I think after that, a second season, what helped me was the title track of this show.
Okay.
Every time there is if we used to go on set after a gap, and if I had to revisit the same space where we left, the last shooting day, I think I just used to listen to that track. It's a powerful track, and I love that track. It just brings me back into Purnima zone somehow. And I did that for the third season as well. But third season, there are hardly times when I needed that, because there are so many different shades of Purnima that you see that even we were discovering as, oh my God, she's like that also. She can feel this way. She can, behave this way.
Achha, at any point in time, did you ask your director, Nagesh, why me for Purnima? Why did he select you for Purnima?
No, I was very happy. Why not? I'm so glad that he chose me. Why me? What? No. I'm glad there was nobody else than me. It was just me.
अच्छा, हमने देखा, अगर मैं दोनों पार्ट से अभी तीसरे की बात करूं, there is a strong representation of female or especially women जिनको represent किया गया. How do you feel that representation? What are your observations about that in the larger context? अगर बात करते हैं in the whole journey of City of Dreams.
I think there are various shades, and I'm very happy that it's been written by two men.
Oh, that's
very interestingly, Nagesh Kuknur and Rohit Banavlikar wrote a show which is kind of women-centric, I would say, even though politics is the main, and the Gaikwad family is the main drama. But eventually, it's Purnima who carries that legacy forward from the first to the second season. And then now what happens in the third, you will see. But so having a powerful woman character to, even Vibha's character in the show, or even Sonema's character in the second season, to have those elements of women, and yet in the male dominant society, giving women those powers which they deserve to have, the say that they deserve to have, was commendable when it came from the two male writers. So I think hats off to them for portraying such powerful characters who are not only, like, for example, if we talk about Purnima, they're not saying that women are made only for politics, or they are supposed to be career oriented or anything like that. He also shows a very motherly side, a sister. So I think all the aspects, like a friend, the friendship between Wasim Khan and Purnima Gaikwad, or the relationship that a brother-sister had in the first season till she killed him. So I think all those equations he has explored, and it's so important, and I feel it's very overwhelming and gratifying, and feeling that, somebody is saying the right thing about women in the right way.
अच्छा, इतने सारे सोशो पॉलिटिकल ड्रामास हम अभी तक देख चुके हैं, और वेब सीरीज में भी काफी सारे देख चुके हैं, फिल्में भी आती हैं, बहुत सारी फीमेल लाइक लेजेंड्स और एक्ट्रेसेस ने भी परफॉर्म किए हैं के किरदार. सो किसी एक किरदार को दिमाग में रखा था व्हेन यू वर परफॉर्मिंग योर कैरेक्टर, और कोई रेफरेंस लेकर चली थी? मैं पूर्णिमा ही बोल रही हूं, पूर्णिमा ही आ गया अभी आपका नाम.
नहीं, कुछ नहीं, कोई रेफरेंस पॉइंट नहीं था. पॉलिटिक्स में से तो कोई रेफरेंस पॉइंट नहीं था, बिकॉज आई फील माई स्क्रिप्ट वॉज माई फर्स्ट एंड द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट रेफरेंस पॉइंट टू नो व्हाट द कैरेक्टर इज, बिकॉज राइटर के दिमाग में क्या है ये सबसे ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है देन पिकिंग एक्सटर्नल रेफरेंसेस. बट हैविंग सेड दैट, I had shared this with Nagesh sir also after the first season. I don't know if they have watched this film, Umbartha. It's a Marathi film of Smita Patil. And in that film, there is this one photo of Smita Patil that stayed with me. It is still with me. I mean, that's probably one image of Smita Patil that is in my memory forever. I think that I kind of relate that to Purnima Gaikwad a lot. I don't know, you just Google that image where she's standing outside a school and she's wearing a white or a pastel color sari and she's just standing like this and looking that way with a bun and a bindi. When I saw that image, I kind of had this feeling that this is Purnima Gaikwad. This is how she should feel. This is how she should look. And when we did the look test and all, it was very similar to what that look was. So I was like, oh, okay, bang on, I've got my reference. But Umbata has got nothing to do with politics. This is just the external image of Smita Patil that I kept in my head.
Achha, even if I talk about the socio-political dramas that we usually see in today's scenario in the form of web series or films, what do you think, like, what sets apart City of Dreams from others, and why it has resonated so very well with the audience?
Because it's not only about politics, it's about a family in politics. And politics is their profession. It's a story of father and daughter. It's a story of a brother and sister. And now in the third season, it's also going to be a father and daughter story versus the other enemy set up. So I think the most important part that you can connect with in City of Dreams is the human element that every character has. It's like those characters are real. Even Wasim and Purnima's equation of friendship that grows from the first season till the second and now in the third season, you want to have that kind of a friend. So you see the friendship, you see the bond that a brother and sister shared, and that's why you felt the shock when she killed him. If you wouldn't have felt that bond, if you wouldn't have related to that bond of a brother and sister, you wouldn't have felt that shock. Similarly, a father and daughter equation. Every child must have had, this a dominating father feeling at some point. At some point, I'm not saying always, but at some point, that you feel that, bhai, mere pitaji mujhe samajh hi nahi paa. I need to do what I have to do, and you have to believe in me and let me do it my way. So I think those relationships and those emotional equations of characters is something that people relate to, and that's why they accept the political part as just the backdrop of the story of these Gaikwads.
बट एक चीज जो मुझे थोड़ा सा, मैं मतलब फादर और डॉटर के रिलेशनशिप को लेकर थोड़ी सी बायस रहती हूँ हमेशा, because I shared a very special bond with my father. So मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि father daughter का relation is the most precious amongst like any other relationship if we talk about. वो अगर कहेंगे भी नहीं एक दूसरे से तो भी वो समझ जाएंगे what they have to say. So ये वाला ज्यादा रहता है instead of कि मतलब वो शायद मेरा अपना perception है. मैं नहीं जानती आप इस बारे में क्या सोचती हैं, but what do you have to say about that beautiful camaraderie or chemistry we see in a father-daughter's relationship ever?
But that you will see in the first season. Of course, there are very less scenes because half the time Atul's character is in coma. But when he comes out of coma, you see the tears in her eyes. You see that how happy she is, and she is also ready to give everything away and say that, Baba ud gaye, now the fight is over. Now I'm ready to step back because the man who has done this, she respects him a lot. Now she has done this because she had no other choice. And if somebody constantly sees you like you are lesser than this just because you are a woman, if your father comes and tells you that, listen, dude, you might be talented, but the reality is that you are a woman, I would not take it.
Obviously not.
Personally also. Like, so that is where the equation starts to break. But still in the third season, you will see that eventually she lost her son. And the father lost his son in the first season. She lost her son in the second season. Now only family left is the father and the daughter. Now where will you go?
And now I can resonate with like this is what politics is ना, मतलब where आपके कहीं ना कहीं जो thoughts हैं वो आपके अपनों के साथ भी कई बार match नहीं करते.
Yeah, I think that's what I think I said this previously, that politics is not only about Rajniti that happens on a central or like a national level. It is work politics. It is also kitchen politics. It's also politics and relationships, equations, friendship. Kahin bhi politics hota hai. So you try and everyone tries to be politically correct all the time. Because especially in the times of social media, you don't want to come under anyone's scrutiny too.
वेल फ्रेंडशिप की बात चली थी, तो मुझे लगता है फ्रेंडशिप इज वन थिंग जिसमें पॉलिटिक्स नहीं होनी चाहिए कभी भी. सो हु इज दैट 3 AM फ्रेंड इन प्रियाज लाइफ, जिससे वो कभी भी मतलब ऐसा कि कुछ भी ऐसा प्रॉब्लम में है तो फटाफट से कॉल कर दिया और अपना दिल का हाल बता दिया.
Oh, okay. So I'll have to take three names.
Oh
So
wow.
first is my husband, who's my best friend.
Umesh.
Second is there's another friend, Umesh. Yeah. Second is another friend of mine, Kalyani. She's my anytime friend. And
Okay.
third and a very, very, very important person is Atul.
Oh, very nice.
अतुल इज माई वेरी क्लोज फ्रेंड. और मैं बहुत चीजों के लिए एडवाइस लेने के लिए, गॉसिप करने के लिए, बस बैंटर है, किसी पे गुस्सा आ गया तो भी मैं अतुल को फोन करती हूँ. सो आई थिंक वीव हैड दिस फ्रेंडशिप फॉर more than 9-10 years now, so
Okay.
we know
Very.
each other very well.
एंड आई थिंक अगर इस तरह का फ्रेंडशिप और कामराजरी हो तो फिर कंफर्ट लेवल भी काफी बढ़ जाता है व्हेन यू परफॉर्म इन वन फ्रेम, नो?
Yes, of course, it helps. It definitely helps because you know that. I mean that. I think that happens irrespectively because you're a professional actor. So once you have the scene, you better perform. You better show that chemistry of two characters. If you are not able to, then that's a problem. But I think when you have that off-screen friendship, that understanding becomes too easy. It's just very comfortable. Even if you're going wrong, or sometimes if you're not finding the right soul, or sometimes the other person is not finding the right soul, there are no judgments involved. You just let the other person be.
Absolutely, you should do that. Well, thank you so much, Priya. I felt so good talking to you. It was not like I feel कि मैं पहली बार बात कर रही हूँ आपसे. So it was that.
Even I felt that. Thank you so much. Lovely chatting with you.
Thank you. Likewise.
Do watch the third season from 26.
कहने की बात नहीं है, मैं व्यूअर्स को भी बोल देती हूँ कि do watch the third season. ऑफ मे को आ रहा है तो देख लेना. प्रिया इज लुकिंग अमेजिंग एंड सो आर the other stellar performers, Atul Kulkarni, Sachin sir and others. So thank you so much for watching us in Punjab Kesari Navade Times, and thank you. Lots of love and good wishes to you.
Thank you so much. See you soon.